Hello there, wherever you are, welcome to a new session of your program East Visions with new topic and with new dear special guest inside the studio. So welcome once again to the show. It's a matter of the fact that the world has become a very small global village because of telecommunication revolution. Now, easily movement of information, people from different spots around the world in different cultural background can be made. Tonight, we are going to have a little chat with a special guest inside the studio who coming from so far places and lives now here in Sudan, trying to get to know about him, his experience, and many stuff that belongs to him. So I can't wait to start off this conversation, but after this break, so be with us. Welcome once again to the show, and it's my pleasure to give you Mr. Alessandro Valgimigli.
More or less is okay, Valgimigli, but it's very complicated. Everybody knows me as Alessandro.
I'm sorry for that. So welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, and welcome also to our esteemed people who are watching us.
Okay, so could you please just tell us about you and where you come from?
I am Italian. I am working for Italian Cooperation here in Sudan, and I am here just available to tell you a little bit about me, about my past.
Okay, you say that you come from Italy, so could you please just give us more information about the famous things about your country?
Good. Everybody in Italy knows his own country. It is more difficult to understand what the foreigner knows about Italy.
Okay.
Most of the time they are focused in few big cities like Rome, like Venice. I born in a small city. The name of the city is Faenza. That this name, on most of the people, there is no any particular information regarding this city.
Yes.
This city, in fact, is quite famous, especially for some specific activity. In Faenza, we have a very important center, one of the leading centers in the world for ceramic. Industrial ceramic, artistic ceramic.
Yes.
In Faenza there is an International Museum of Ceramic where there are any kind of ceramic from the old ancient period up to the modern. But we have also international center for research on ceramic, where, for instance, we are building the bone of the human being. So when you have some problem due to some disease, etc., now you can change your shoulder, your leg with artificial artificial bone that is made in Faenza. So we have together looking for the future, but again be very close to the past.
Okay. To speak frankly, when people hear about Italy, Rome all the time stays a big part of the picture.
But in Italy, Rome, it is well known because it's the capital city of Italy. But for instance, there is also Venice that is very famous because it is the only city in the world that is on the middle of the sea.
Yeah,
because Venice doesn't have
very strange, unique city.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Venice doesn't have roads. They have channels, and they are not using cars. They are just using boat to move from their houses up to the market or from point to the other of the city.
So if I step out of my home, just like a calling or waiting for a taxi, that will be both, not a car.
Yes, exactly. There are no taxis. There are taxi boat that you can take.
Fabulous.
There are buses boat.
You know, even in literature, particular English literature, people know about the Venice Theatre. That was one of the plays being written by William Shakespeare, which is very well known. And Italy, it is very big country. They have a very complicated and very wonderful history in the human being civilization. I mean the book. So I don't think this just record will be exactly enough time to talk about it. Yeah.
It means that if I have time, I will be very happy to participate in the future to be focused on specific.
Promise?
Why?
All right, fantastic. Okay, so how long have you been here in Sudan?
Well, I arrived here 2 years ago just to study the implementation of some projects that are related to support the Kassala as well as the Red Sea State in the east of Sudan.
Yes.
And now it is about 2 years that I'm here and working hard for hoping to get good result for the population we assisted in close cooperation with our counterpart here in Sudan.
Okay, okay. I want to ask you a very important question. What did you hear before you come to Sudan, and what about after?
Good question. When I came here, of course, I tried to collect information because I knew that Sudan is the biggest or one of the biggest country of the world or of Africa. But beside that, so all the people that I asked, they said, be careful because in Sudan it's really hot. And it's, especially in the summer, it is a true hot. Well, I have to say that it is more than 30 years that I'm doing this job and working in so many other countries. This is not so particularly hot or particularly terrible in terms of temperature.
So you can adapt with it normally with our very hard heat sometimes take place.
Well, the temperature is high, but humidity is very low, and in this way you can survive. You can survive. For instance, maybe one of the most tough place can be Port Sudan in summer, but here in Kassala, very pleasant for me.
Okay, what about before? I mean, what about after? What now?
Now I am here, we have to work, and I have to say that if we start, normally my job is office, but my part of my job is also to supervise the activity on the field, to travel a lot, to meet persons, to meet farmers, and so it is sufficient to do this early morning, and 11 o'clock after Fatur. Let's go home. And then maybe we can start in the evening when the temperature is cooled down a little bit.
You've been here, as you told me that, you've been here for 2 years, for sure. You know so much things about Sudan, about Sudanese culture. So what the things about the Sudanese culture most impressive to you?
Sudan is not only a big country, it is also an important country from a cultural point of view that might be is not still considered at international level. I was very impressed about the Nubian culture, about the old Egyptian empire that was the period of black pharaohs that ruled Egypt for 800 years, so it's not a very short period. When we are talking about the Meroe remains, ruins, it is something that is really impressive.
Exactly.
And till now I didn't have sufficient time, but there are still many other things to be discovered.
Yes.
The second important and beautiful is the landscape. You have so beautiful places here, wild places. When you are, I am traveling a lot, so while you are traveling, for instance, between Kassala and Port Sudan, you cross a beautiful landscape that can be, should be considered for an additional touristic resource, because I'm sure that if abroad the people knows about that, they are coming. because it's not so easy to see every day such a
yes,
places.
That's right. You know, this is a variety of the culture and variety of environment that could be noticed and can be observed very, very clearly if you come to Sudan. You're talking here about just one part of the Sudan, like in north, but when you go to west, east, even south, you will find a very huge difference in environment, the people themselves, the languages that people spoken. So it really is very big country, and we are, as Sudanese people, really we are so happy because we hear this statement come out from people. I mean, from person like you who has experience in being in different countries. So really, we feel a little honored. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you to you. Thank you to you.
So for sure, you told me that you've been in Sudan for 2 years. Have you been in other country? I mean, Sudanese city? How do you describe it?
Yes, normally I'm based in 3 main cities because I'm traveling and working in Khartoum, Kassala, and Red Sea, Port Sudan.
No other places?
For the time being, no, because I mean we must be focused. Kassala and Red Sea State together are big as Italy, so you can imagine that for me is a long journey going up and down Khartoum, Kassala, and Port Sudan.
Okay, let's go to a little tough question. What's the difficulty that you face here, and how did you deal with it?
Good question. The difficult are part of my life, so I have to always overcome. For sure, for the time being, the main problem for me is communication, the language. I don't speak Arabic, just few words. Malesh.
معلش which is sorry
but I want to start to study Arabic, but on the road. I don't want to open a book and study the book. I want to talk with the people and slowly learn their language.
Learning by doing.
Because in this way you can easily communicate.
And really the helpful factor that I can mention in order to help you in this operation, if you want to, like people here are very, very friendly. They will never deny to help you, and even they feel so happy to do so, like hey, how are you? For anyone, I mean, you can say that people. I mean, you can see that people say it for many people come from outside. So like you know, the first things I had interview with many foreign people come before. All the time they know something think about greeting. كيف الحال؟ تمام.
Exactly.
كله تمام.
كله تمام.
مشكلة ما في. So really it is just like this is the first phrases. I mean the first phrases that you can hear when people receiving you. So I think you are lucky if you try to focus learning Arabic. It will be so easy. I know it's quite difficult language to learn, which takes time. This is like any other language, but
useful because my job is not to communicate only at high level. I like to communicate with every person, with also an educated person that they do not access to English. That is a language of communication. It's not my language, it's not your language. We are using for communication.
Even we can understand each other without using the language for our mother tongue.
So, but if I plan to stay here some years, for sure, I want to start to study Arabic, and so please, I hope after 6 months to come here again, at least to say some word more.
An offer for me, I can teach you.
Okay, wonderful, done.
All right. You are experienced in humanitarian field, so we want to ask you about how long you've been, you work in humanitarian field, and for sure you visit many countries. We need to talk about it.
Yes. Humanitarian activity is not only a job, it's a mission. And so first of all, we have to consider this a mission to help the people, to work together with them, because cooperation basically means work on friendship, work together. There is no one level higher than the other. We are at the same level and working together for helping the poor people, the vulnerable people. It is more than 30 years that I'm doing this job. So I got a lot of experience that I want to transfer also here in Sudan. Basically, I spend a part of my time in Asia, especially in India and Pakistan, and another good part of my time in Africa, in country of Portuguese language, like Angola and Mozambique.
Okay, because I got a sign that we so near to run out of time, so I want to ask you about how you feel when you participate in a project that can make real change in life, people.
Well, our job, and particularly my job, it is very tough because we have to overcome a lot of difficulties from technical point of view, from organization point of view, etc. And not always we are able to achieve the expected results. But by the time, slowly, we are always reaching our target.
Yes.
And this is compensating us of all the difficulties that we have to overcome every day.
Yeah.
So at the end, I am very proud to do this job, and I'm very proud to work here, waiting for the first result.
We are so glad to hear that, really, and come back to the football for sure. Okay, Italy, Inter Milano, it's Juventus. So, what's your favorite team over there?
Now I know that you are for Juventus, but I'm sorry, I am from Inter of Milan.
Big enemy.
So,
okay, in the last moment, if you want to send any message, or to who, if you want to.
okay, I want in these few minutes spend a couple of words for my family. To work here is not only hard for me, but is hard also for my family. I have two small children. They have 11 years the son and 9 years the daughter. The name is Amos and Linda, and I want to participate them with this broadcasting Casala TV, saying Dad is here. After 1 month we'll come back to Italy to pass some time with you.
Very good.
And be patient that we are doing a good job also for the children of Sudan.
Thank you very much indeed.